3. Uno, dos, tres. That's probably good. Alright. Hello YouTube, this is John J57 here. Well, let's not do that. Let's do this. Hello YouTube, this is John J57 here, and we're getting ready to go to work. Sitting here in the garage. I just did some work on the bike. I threw a new front fork on there. It's a combination of 2 forks. I really like having triple trees, and while this doesn't give me all the strength effect of triple trees, it definitely improves the rigidity of the handlebars, so I'm not worried about those folding over on me. Not that I've ever had that problem, but it also gets to keep a very unique and cool look. I've never seen a set of forks that look quite like that, so they help. I custom painted a lot of the bike orange. I took the headlight off for now. It's summer, and I don't really want to worry about batteries and shit like that, so yeah, it's whatever. I just took them off for now. I'll throw them back on. I still got all the connectors up front that wire me up to the rear, and then everything else is in the bucket. So that's good. Like I said, I painted that orange. I painted the fender orange, the headlights orange, and I haven't quite cut the fender here yet. But this came out really nice. It's a little dirty. It came out nice. It's just dirty. But I'm going to have to take the wheel off again and cut some little divots in here to fit under here so it can just ride in there. But when it's in there, it's going to look sweet. But yeah, I did that so I can have some front suspension and so I could actually raise up the bike a little bit. I also added some bar end mirrors. But pay no attention to this. This is just some rubber I stuffed under there for now. I'm still trying to figure out a perfect mount. I mean, this is going nowhere, but I'm still trying to figure out the perfect way of mounting that tank. I still haven't figured it out without drilling into the frame, and I'm not going to do that. So, yeah, I slimlined it. I rose the front with the extra fork space. I merged my old triple trees with a suspension fork. I don't think anything else on the bike has changed. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, these mirrors give me a lot more vision. That's why I swapped these out. They're a lot better. They're huge 3-inch round mirrors. They cost me like $15. They're actually really cheap, but they give you a lot of vision. And that's imperative. They put it low to the ground and they keep the streamlined look. I'm a little, I wish I had gotten the folding kind. They make the bike stick out really wide. But, it's whatever. It looks good. Ooh, it scared the crap out of me. Alright. Let's go warm up the bike. Make sure everything is good. Later, buddy. Alright. Oh, why am I wearing these pants? Alright guys, we're warming up the bike. I said you want to give it a minute. You hear the RPMs are dropping. I don't know if you can hear that on the video, but the RPMs will slowly drop and settle into where it should be. It only takes a couple minutes of your time. With these smaller engines, they warm up fast. So yeah, I don't know if you can see the mirrors, but you always want to adjust them out just past your hip, so you get your hip on this line, everything else is visible. And then you want to do the same thing here, hip along like the last 2/8, I guess quarter, everything else visible. Alright, we're going. So yeah, out here in Massachusetts, oh yeah, I just installed some new brakes. So these are really sensitive. I gotta get used to that. Don't want to tip my bike over the front. I've done that before. Let me tell you, when you go over the front of your bars, it scares the crap out of you. Yeah, man, this thing's a whole lot of fun to ride. See, this is the good thing about gears, too. Is, you see, I'm sitting here at 30 miles an hour, just like I should be, and I can set my gear up so I'm just putting along, barely even putting RPMs into the bike. And if you're jetted right, there's nothing wrong with doing that. In fact, it actually reduces the wear on your bike. A lot of motorized bikes, to get up to this kind of speed, they gotta slam the RPMs. I don't gotta do that. I gotta slam the RPMs. I don't even gotta slam the RPMs. I just gotta get up to speed by shifting, and then my bike isn't gonna be screaming itself to death, putting a ton of load on the bearings and all that garbage. That being said, I got a chainsaw bearing in the upper end, a steel, and hold on, flip up the visor. Ooh, I see a fine mist of rain. Not gonna be a good one. I got no front fender. If it starts raining, I'm about to have a fucked up day. Thank you, Cycle Cruiser. Well, yeah, I got the steel bearing up in the top end. And that's some good shit. You know, that'll extend the life of your top end a lot. They're made to a much higher quality. They're much more precision put into the actual item itself. Just a much more smoother operation. I compared the two, not on video, but I compared the two, and you could feel the difference. And you really just got to make sure that you lube everything up good. You take some two-stroke oil and wrap it around the bearing itself, and you'll be good. Just swap it out; it should slide right on. And one of the things I think that really helps with my engine staying alive so long, because I got like over, let's see what we got going on. Yeah, almost 3,200 miles. I'm at that point because I take such good care of it, and I did the mods that make you not put so much stress on your engine. I got a really lightweight piston with the reed valve window in it, and then on the opposite side, I got holes to match up the weight, so I don't got no piston slap. On top of that, I got I always make sure I put in some good quality high temperature grease in my my clutch housing for the gears. I do a whole lot for the bike, and it shows. That being said, you can do everything in the world for your bike, but if you ride it real hard, you're only slowing down the inevitable. You ride your bike like it's not a tool. You don't take care of your tools. It's all bad for you. It works just like anything. You can have a chainsaw and it'll work for a dozen years, or a lawnmower that you never have to replace, because every season you change out the gas, clean out the carburetor every other season. You oil everything up, you keep it clean, and it'll treat you right. But you run it real hard, you put it through, you don't really use it too often, your grass gets really tall, you get chewed up by rocks, you never really change the oil, you use the old stale gas, eventually it'll gum up and it'll stop working on you, you need to repair it. It goes with anything, including these motorbikes. That's one thing a lot of people don't get, is you don't got to be a genius to use these things. You just got to use your head smarts, not book smarts. You just got to use fucking common sense. A lot of people ask, how do you know what you know about these things? I know I don't sound like I know a whole lot sometimes. I sound like a little bit of an idiot because I'm a scatterbrain. But, I know a fair bit about these motorbikes. I know a fair bit about motorcycles these days. I wouldn't compare myself to a mechanic or anything like that, but I know enough to where I could talk with a mechanic and have, depending on the situation, I probably would have at least an understanding or a pretty firm grasp of what's going on with a bike. And they ask me how I know all this, and it's just common sense shit. Most of it's common sense. You put the effort in learning it. You go online, you read a book. Like, that's it. It's that simple. But you know, you gotta be willing to put the effort and the common sense into it, and you'll be feeling a whole lot better. It's no fork, it's just buttery smooth. And these new brakes are just, they stop on a dime. I've been running out my brakes for way too long, and I remembered, oh man, we're gonna do some sketchy shit. We're gonna do some real sketch shit right now. This is what we call some hooligan shit right here. I'm not sure I wanna. Yeah, fuck it. The only reason I'm doing this is there were 2 school buses back to back, and that's just bullshit. I ain't gonna wait for that. You know, just make sure you're driving slow in this kind of area. You're not doing nothing fucking stupid. There we go. Beat both of them. I'm gonna stay back here. I have no idea what the hell this guy's doing. I think he's gonna turn. Oh yeah, there's a signal. He's turning. Alright guys, a little bit of a hooligan ride, nothing too crazy. This is the first video. This is like a motovlog thing I'm going to do. It's not always going to be me going to work. Some going to be some quick shit like that, but I'll try and get some rides in other places on the bike. But we're going to try and do some motovlogging. We'll figure it out. It's not going to be nothing crazy. Probably just going to be ranting about some dumb shit. I'm gonna try and upload this video no matter how dumb it sounds, because I need to put this video out there. I got way too many little bits of footage, but no actual video to upload yet, and